Living Stones Church in Reno, Nevada, and many other churches across the United States have begun to use small group-style gatherings to help develop bonds and strengthen the church community. Living Stones calls these community groups, and Mike Winters, a leader of one of the community groups that meets on campus, is here to tell us all about them and what they do.
A community group is a time where we come together every week to talk about the sermon, to dissect it, to see what it was talking about. So we're not just hearing it from a pastor, we're really making it personal for us. We're able to flesh out struggles we may have had with the text. We can ask questions we had. We can also just do life together. It's where it's more than just studying the Bible. So we want to come together and just really see what it means to apply that text to our lives. It gives us time to really flesh it out, to see that it takes so much more than just hearing one person's perspective on everything else. From hearing their personal stories of it, their personal identities of what's going on, we can really identify with it more if we can flesh it out, if we can come together and be real with each other. And that doesn't necessarily happen on a Sunday when we're hearing it from a pastor. So it really makes it personal for us as we flesh out the topic of whatever we're talking about. Community groups have shaped me to really trust people more. Again, if we're just talking about content, it's one thing, but if you're really living with people, if you're engaging in their lives and their struggles, you can really understand them more and learn to love them more. It also brings me to a place of obedience and trust. I know I can then trust them more with things that I'm struggling with. So it helps me engage in the content more and open up in the content more.
I'm not doing it. It's not responsible for me.
When I lead my group, I want them to experience the text, beyond hearing about it, beyond just reading it at a surface level. I want them to really know how it's specific to them. When they can engage in it, it sinks deeper in our lives. It becomes more real to us. And from that point, I think it encourages us more as a community to live that out.
I love when people tell me the Christian life is boring. I'm like, I'm not bored at all. Like, you're not doing it
Community
right.
groups are an integral part of the Living Stones character and allow for growth in the community of faith and outreach to those who may be seeking more knowledge about the church and what it means to be a Christian. The community groups follow the mission statement of Living Stones, which is creating gospel communities in the city for the city. This is Brian Lester for Journalism 208.
Yeah,